Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again to another one here on the Coach's Desk. We appreciate you being here, my people. Yo, trust me, this is a report on the first day of the NCAA's Outdoor Championship, and some big names were missing from top of the table. And I tell you, I will give you some information on these events. And this is why we have the championship. This is why athletes have to line up. Because if you don't, we can't go by what you did last week. Track and field is a game and a sport of what have you done lately? What have you done in the race that you are lined up in? You get what I'm saying? So let us kick it off with the men's 110-meter hurdles in Heat 1. Demario Prince of Baylor, the freshman from Jamaica, former San Diego athlete, 13.27, easily qualifying to the finals ahead of John Adesola, 13.43 in that one. So big run there from Prince. And listen, I tell you, Prince is a fine hurdler. Prince technique is very good, and I believe he can use it as as his advantage to try and get on that podium. Jacoby Thorpe, I believe that he's the favorite, the sophomore from Auburn. I believe that he's the favorite. He clocked 13.15 to qualify ahead of another Jamaican, LSU's Jaheim Stern. He clocked a massive personal best, 13.29, to ensure that he qualified for the finals. Another Jamaican, Jerome Campbell from North Colorado, a junior, he was not able to matriculate to the final because he was only able to clock 13.50. I think this was a bad race day for Jerome. Nonetheless, I believe that he will bounce back in I would say what? Time to come? Yeah, man. Kendrick Smallwood of Texas, 13.26. He qualified ahead of Zachary Eckstein, 13.32. That is how these athletes fared out in the men's 110-meter hurdles. So we have two Jamaicans there making it to the final, and that is a good look. As we turn the pages and we move over to the men's 100 meters, the semifinal one was won by T. Mars McCollum, 10.03, easily qualifying, and that's a season best for him. The man from Tennessee, he was ahead of USC Max, 10.09. Jamaica's Jelani Gordon from Georgia, he was able to clock 10.19 for third. Well, guess what? That man clocked 10.19 and did not qualify for the next round. This is amazing. I tell you, this is how competitive this event is. Um, Kanyin Sola Ajayi of Auburn, 9.92, a personal best, qualifying easily into the finals ahead of LSU's Jaden Reed, 10.02, another personal best. Devontae Howell equaling his personal best, the man from Tennessee, ahead of the 9.75 man from Arkansas, Jordan Anthony. He was able to finish fourth in that race, 10.06. But because of the fact that he did 10.06, he was able to matriculate. So the finalists would be Ajayi from Auburn, Watkins from LSU, Reed from LSU, McCollum from Tennessee, Howell from Tennessee, Jordan Anthony from Arkansas, Ocon from Auburn, Auburn having three there in the final, USC Thomas, and Eddie Nkeita, 10.10. The man that did 9.86 a few weeks ago, Abdul Rashid Semenu, he was only able to clock 10. And that 10.11 was not good enough for him to take his form into the final. And that is a big upset, massive upset. Imagine running 10.1 and you cannot get into NCAA's 100 meters final. Wow, this is so interesting, my people. Very, very interesting. But I hope that they will help their 4x100 meter team to qualify. In the 400-meter hurdles, we have Alabama's Ogazi. He qualified. Sorry, the 400-meter semi. The man from Alabama, 44.77. Moronto from South Florida, 45.10. Jones from USC, 45.12. Boyce from Texas Tech, 45.15. Taylor from Duke, 45.34. Robinson from Texas A&M, 45.35. Clement from UCLA, 45.35. Davis from Arizona, 45.44. And Peary from Arkansas Pine Bluff, 45.44. Those were your qualifiers. Shamar Chambers, 45.48 wasn't good enough. Shamir Utah, 45.62 wasn't good enough. Those are the Jamaicans there. That's why I mentioned their names. They weren't good enough to qualify for that 400 meters final. Now we have another big result coming in the 800 meters for men, as Jamaica's Ty Taylor clocked a massive 1:45.23 to qualify to the 800 meters final. That race was off the chain because Kidali from Oregon, 1:45.31. That's a personal best for him as well. Navarro from Mississippi State, personal best, 1:45.32. Erickson from Oregon, another personal best, 1:45.89. And Samuel Rodman, 1:46.27, another personal best from Princeton. Listen, this heat was amazing. The man that finished seventh in this race, Alan Clay from Penn State, he clocked 1:47.17, and that was also a personal best. So you had to bring your A game, and I'm so happy that Tyrice Taylor was able to bring his A game and qualify for the final. Aiden McCarthy of Cal Poly, he clocked 1:47.25 to qualify ahead of Sam Whitemarsh from Texas A&M, 1:47.29, and that was in Heat 2 or semifinal 2. When you look at the third and final semifinal, Christian Jackson of Virginia Tech, 1:47.09, ahead of Jamaica's and Arkansas's Rivaldo Marshall, 1:47.14 to qualify for the final. So we have two Jamaicans in the men's 800 meters final, and that is significant because I want to see these youngsters, ensure that our distance or middle distance program continue to thrive as they push ahead in this event. And finally, people will be talking about the 200 meters. Let me share with you what transpired in the men's 200 meters in semifinal one. We had Collond of USC, that's Garrett Collond. He clocked 20.01 ahead of Carly Makarau from Kentucky, 20.14 to ensure that they are into the final. That's semifinal one. Semifinal two, T. Mars McCollum, the Tennessee man, 20.03, easily qualifying ahead of Xavier Butler, 20.12, Abdul Rashid, 20.26. And we'll have to see what transpired in semifinal three to let you know what happened. Charamba, the Auburn man, 19.94 ahead of Jordan Anthony of Arkansas, 20.01 to ensure that they seal their spot into the final. This 200 meters is going to be epic. And the qualifiers would be Charamba, Anthony, Cullen, Thomas, McCallum, Butler, Makarau, Miller, and Abdul Rashid Semenu. He finally made it into the final, and that is the 200 meters. Let's see if he can pull off one of those fast runs to ensure that he is on the podium. Listen, NCAs is going to be hot. And I'm looking forward to see the Jamaicans as they, compete in the finals. Of course, tomorrow we hope to see the ladies in action, and we'll certainly give you update where that is concerned. People, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.